Hey, it's starting out with D Grill. Got a couple goodies from my Green Mountain Grill's Daniel Boone. So I'm going to open them up here with you, do the full unboxing and install all here in this video. So going to get started right away. I know one of these is a rack, an upper rack to go inside of the grill. Another one of these is a holder here, like a shelf that'll go on the front of the grill. So I'll have a shelf in front of the grill to be able to set stuff on, and I'll have an upper rack so that if I want to put more ribs or anything on the grill while it's cooking, I'll have an upper rack as well as a lower rack to cook with. So I'm just going to start with this box here. We'll see what's in this one. Alright, well, this one's easy. No real install for this one. This is the easy one. This is the upper rack. So that just goes, especially open up. That goes right inside there, like so, nice and simple. And that's the upper rack. I'm going to, let me take give you a good look at this upper rack. Now, as you see here, this upper rack is not as big as the lower rack. The lower rack is still much more huge, and it takes away, and it's sized for the Daniel Boone, it takes away some real estate on the sides here for the lower rack. So it's like if you got stuff on the lower rack now, you can't put it all the way out because you've got these in the way, taking up some room. And this upper rack is kind of small. You know, I was hoping it would be wider, you know, closer to the size of the lower rack, but it's not as wide. It looks like it's sturdy enough. I'd seen someone saying they felt that it wasn't sturdy enough, but I think it's sturdy enough. I was looking at the comments for the product. I think it's fine as far as sturdiness. Now, the one that someone was saying wasn't sturdy enough was for the Bowie, the larger grill, so larger upper rack. So they said it bent in a little bit in the middle, but this one seems fine. So it does seem sturdy enough. It's just a little more narrow than I would have hoped, but all the same, it does provide more overall real estate in total, because now I've got all this room down here to cook with, I've got some room up top here to cook with, so I do get more overall real estate in total having this new upper rack. So maybe at some point in time I'll have something to use for that. But I'm going to put this back, close this thing up, and get into the next box, which must be the front shelf that needs to be installed. Alright, so this front shelf here, get this installed. After I get it unboxed. And all these goods are basically available on the Sportsman Warehouse website. That's basically who has everything for the Green Mountain Grills. This is a packing paper, just a packaging slip. This looks fairly easy to install. I don't see any instructions, no instruction manual came with it, from what I can tell. Nope, 0 instructions. It's pretty simple. Basically, there are these two front screws there and there. Alright, just going to get this nut out of here. Change my ratchet wrench. Hope taking these screws out don't cause my whole grill to come tumbling down. That would be pretty bad. I use this thing called a gator grip. I think it's called a gator grip that you can get kind of for socket wrenches. It's pretty cool. You can use it for size nuts that you need to get off and stuff real quick and easy. Alright, got those 2 screws out. Alright, so what you're going to do, take 2 screws out of these 2 front holes here. They're real easy to remove. And then you take the holder for the rack, and you can just start off hand tightening it in. You make sure that it's facing so that the bar is facing the outside of this flap here. Just screw that in. I'll tighten it down more in a moment. Do the same on this side here. Start hand tightening. Now I'm just going to lock those in real tight with the socket wrench here. Sometimes that gator grip, you have to put it in the right spot to get a grip. Once it locks in, it works great. Used it for many years, many good years. You grab the shelf, okay, and you see how the bar part, the long bar down, and it, once you got it locked in, making sure myself, the holder is steady here. I think I have a little uneven. Just straighten it up a taste. Make sure I tighten it in good. Alright. Just take the front shelf here. You just slide it in. This one is almost in. Over here, it just needs to. If we just slid it a little bit, it would go perfect. See if I can just adjust it a little bit. Alright, that's perfect for it. Now tighten it up. Lock it in. Alright, so it goes in basically the 3rd slot on each side. Put these setting out like that. And then you have a front shelf to put food on. And it seems pretty sturdy. Pretty sturdy. And then when you're done cooking, you can basically turn these in if you want. Let that rest down like that. If you want, you could even easily well, not so easily, but you could, get it out of these holes here. Same way I kind of put it in, and you'd be able to, take it off to wash it or whatever if you wanted to do that. But just letting it sit down like that seems pretty cool. Then when you come back to cook, put it up, and there you go. You're back in business. You're ready to cook. Set some food on it. Then you can use your upper rack if you want to use your upper rack and your lower rack. But that's basically an unboxing, a install, a bit of a review of the Green Mountain Grill's front shelf and the upper rack on the Green Mountain Grill's Daniel Boone. So, as usual, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and good eating.